God bless you. I want us, this is a kingdom voice again. This is a part 2 about the way we think in Nigeria is not appropriate, it's not correct. Well, we don't value thinking in Nigeria. People do things for reflexes. People do things before you continue to surprise it. Are they even thinking over electricity? Are there leaders in Nigeria that are even thinking? Are they youth thinking over the situation in Nigeria? Are they even thinking over the plague in the society? Are they even thinking over the system? Are they even thinking over the darkness? Are they even thinking about the situation in Nigeria? You know, it's hard how going to talk about this issue of thinking, because a man like he gave concern. This thinking gave concern to people like Steve Jobs. Before he gave concern for people like Steve Jobs. He have given concern for people like James Allen. You know, he have given concern to them. He have given concern to great men in our society. He have given concern this issue of thinking, even to God. When he was saying that book, he gave concern. But what is important, we pay less attention. That is the problem we are having in that nation. We pay a less concern to the issue that matters, because with the leadership, the people we call leader, they are not thinking. They are not thinking. If they are thinking, they'll be able to question their action, their attitude, their character. So it's hard to going to see beyond all those fame and formality, all those titles, and be to see the character of our leader, be to choose leader, appoint leader, permit leader who will lead us due to the level of to their character traits, due to their character traits, due to their attitude, due to the vision they explain and written down for they have for the next generation. You know, it gave people like Adolf Hitler. He said, "What a love for ruler that people do not think." As a Nigeria, if you are not thinking, if you did not obey God to go back to the drawing board, how God created you to be a thinking person, not to become because what makes you different from animal is ability to think. His ability to think. That Hitler was saying that what a luck. What a luck that Nigerians are not thinking. Nigerians youth are not thinking. The parents are not thinking. What a luck. That is what Adolf Hitler is saying here. He said, why? What a luck that they do not think. Why? He said that it's appropriate that Adolf Hitler said that he's saying that is a luck for the ministers, Nigeria, the legislator is a luck. What a luck for them that you did not think as a Nigerian. That is what it meant. What a luck that for the civilized nation that some part of Africa are not waking up. What a luck. What a luck. Mm-hmm. But here, you know, we're talking about a thinking mindset. They now become a thinking person. We're talking about, when we look at what James Allen said here in one of his quotes, he said that all that a man achieves and all that he fails to achieve, all that man have ever achieved and all that he fails to achieve is the directed result of his own thought. As he thinks, so he is, as Bible always says. As he continues to think, so he remains. So if you're going to think that you are a slave, as the religious foes have conditioned you to be, as what your parents conditioned you to be, you know, you accept it. That is a form of ignorance out there. That is ignorance out there. So then when you're going to think that way, they condition you to be, society condition you to be, situation that the system have conditioned you to be, and you believed it, and you remain thinking that way. So that is who you are now. That is not what God said. That is not what God said you should be. Praise the living God. So it could be that when you look at what so let's see from some of the insight of when they now said that they're not becoming a living soul. In that book of you remember we read Genesis 2:7. We said that, and God said he found man. He was not looking for the government to come. He valued what God were thinking. He's a thinking person. He found man, and from the dust on the ground, he found man. He was creative. God is an innovator. He's a creative for my liking. He's an innovator. He was not looking for a government to come and give him work first. He creates man. What are we creating? Because we are not thinking in Nigeria. Every problem we have in Nigeria, we are not seeing it as an opportunity. We remember oh my God. So meaning a thinking person, meaning a living person, you become a living man. So until you are thinking, you're not becoming a living man. You're not becoming a living man. This is some of the insights of Dr. Sunday Adelaja about this thinking. And the book, he wrote it. I got that idea from one of his books. It's called Get Rid of Shallow-Mindedness. Get rid of shallow-mindedness. Get rid. Take off your shallow-mindedness. So he said, you do not live until your thinking faculty awakening. This is connecting between your mind and your life. Before the thinking faculty of a man appears, he was not alive. Even though the body was there. When he created man, he really before he releases his breath, the body was there. So if you are not thinking, your body is there, it's not living. If you are not until you begin to think, that thinking makes difference. Praise the living God. So the body was there. The body was there only when it will become thinking faculty. His thinking faculty became alive. His thinking faculty came. It became alive. So when that thinking were not there, we were not becoming a living soul. We were not thinking. It was not living. It's not a man. So look at a child, for example. A child could be a month or 2 months old, but because he is not thinking, you cannot see the conscious thinking process. Look at what Apostle Paul said. When I was a child, I think like a child. Like in Nigeria, you see old men, they still act like a child, they still talk like a child, they still think like a child. So, and this kind of people, you surprised that you entrust your generation onto his hand, for him to rule you, to wreck you, to drag you down into more, to drag your nation to more, to drag your children to more. You die, you go. Your children, this generation started suffering from our parents that were not thinking in that nation, Nigeria. So you see, children, you deprive, you take away. You see, you saw that children are not thinking. For example, they cannot. Their thinking processes are not fostering. So that is why you isolate them from every danger. You take away good so that they will not destroy things, because they are not thinking. Their thinking processing are not. Their thinking is still shallow. Still is not mature. So it's like it's not alive in that house. That is why God said that a time that unto us a child is born. Unto us a son is given. God is time. God say he needs son now. God don't need children. God cannot entrust responsibility on children. So if we are not thinking in Nigeria, we are still remaining baby. How can God relate to you when we are not thinking in Nigeria? We are not thinking. Education. Look at what a proverb of China was saying that if you want a generation, if you want to invest on generation to come, educate children, educate people. But our educational sector, our educational system in Nigeria has nothing to write home about. So meaning people will continue to remain adamant. So if we are not taking our personal responsibility to engage ourselves in personal education, although the government is depriving people not to think, that is why it's not facilitating it's not facilitating knowledge, it's not facilitating the way for them to acquire this knowledge. Praise the living God. It's not facilitating it. It's not making it to be easy for them. Praise the living God. So look at the child, for example. That child, because it's not thinking, it's not alive. So look at that child, for example. A child could be a month, 2 months old, but because he is not thinking, you cannot see the conscious thinking process. It's like he is not alive. Check what happens if you put the infant child in the front of a mirror at a few months old to about 11 months old. The child will either smile or cold at the other child, reflecting in the mirror. He will be looking at himself. He will be knocking one to, because he's not thinking. He's not thinking that what caused this reflection is the mirror on the medium. So this is a mirror test when performed on children between 18 to 24 months. To 20, that is 2 years. Then it shows the children can recognize themselves. If they have a spot on their nose, they will try to wipe the spot on their nose. Shows that they recognize themselves in their reflection in the mirror. Child psychologists can conclude from research that children develop a sense of self. The conscious awareness between the age of 18 months and 24 months, they become aware that they are independent individuals exist in the world. Because 12 months, the only way for you to know that a child is alive is to become, to be alive is because he cries and he eats. That is the way our parents think that we are alive. But here we are saying that because if you are not thinking, you are in a category that cannot use your brain, that cannot internalize, that cannot think, that cannot question the environment, that cannot question the situation, the system of the land, that cannot. Why is it not light on since 1960? What is the root cause? What is the root cause of the killing? What is the root cause of the kidnapping? What is the root cause of electricity problem? What is the root cause of what is the root cause? Not who. What is the, till we begin to think. God was a thinking person, a thinking man. So until you begin to think and begin to think, you cannot be able to question why, what is the root cause of this problem? But because you do not consciously think, you cannot really assess this real personality yet. Because many people are not thinking, they are not person yet, they are not man. But you will see them like a man, you put them and trust them with a power position. So it's just like someone, for example, someone who is in a coma. Even though he's alive, yet he cannot think because he's in coma. His eyes will be blinking, might be blinking, hand can be moving, but he's not doing. He cannot function. Praise the living God. He cannot function, but because he's unconscious, so you cannot think. But he's alive. He cannot. He's not dead. Yet he's not conscious. He's not conscious of his surrounding. He's not aware of the surrounding. What is happening because he's on coma. Praise the living God. So if you are not thinking as a president, if you are not thinking as a governor, if you are not thinking as a minister of finance, minister of health, minister of education, now the new inauguration about health care from a dode. So if we are not thinking, a question, what is the root cause why people are dying local in hospital? Why? What is the root cause? If you are not thinking, you cannot ask such question, and you are not a man. As a minister, you might call yourself, regardless of whatsoever title they must have been given to you in your offices, because as God is waiting for you. Humanity is waiting for you to become a man, for you to wake up, because you are owing God and you are owing humanity. God created you as a man, and he created you for you to come and be a problem solver. If you are a human being at all, you are not animal, you are a human being. God is expecting you for you to solve problem of humanity. God cannot leave his throne to come to this earth. He said, may his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So God wants us, he said, let them, he said, go ye to the, he said, go and manage, take dominion, meaning manage this earth. He gave you gifts. So it's your duty to know what you are born to, your purpose, why you are being born. So it's your responsibility to take charge of that, to know, to meet your maker one-on-one, for God to reveal you to your real self. Because what the government is forging that you are, now is not who you are. So many of us, that is what we are born to do. Because of you don't even know, you don't believe that you are born to solve problems. So you will be a compromiser. You manipulate your city, the people. You loot the money government, and it's your responsibility to fix that problem. You loot the Nigeria treasury to other foreign country. So enough is enough for our coma. Enough is enough for we suspended our mind for years, since 1960 in that nation, Nigeria. Nigeria is what they are, they are now because of bad governance. Because a true leader, a leadership with character, will lack it in Nigeria. People are not becoming leader. They are only leader they are born to, because we are all born as a leader. But to become a true leadership, it take your responsibility. Take responsibility for you to stay with your maker, to see what you want, for you to see what your maker wants you to see, and to hear what your maker wants you to hear, so that you can know that it's your responsibility. For you, there's no need for you to be rejoicing, happy that they have nominated you, they have appointed you as a new minister, because there's a responsibility on ground for you. There's a so you have the society, the community will hold you accountable. If you are not doing well, you are there to serve your community. You are there to serve the citizen. You are there to solve the problem over there. So when it's not going well, when it's not going well, so God can hold you are responsible, and humanity can hold you are responsible. So it's their right. Praise the living God. So the world system, we're not talking about, oh my God. So it is not just when we are in coma, we are not living. It's not only when we are coma, we are not living. We are not thinking. If we are not thinking, we are not living. It's not just when we have infants, we are baby that cannot think, that we are not living. We are not living. We are not thinking. When we are not living life consciously and not actively thinking, we are not alive. You are not a man either. Praise the living God. You are not a man. You are not a human. The only difference, what makes you different from animal? What do you think that makes you? Do you think that because you have a body? No. What makes you different from animal is that thinking process. Is it thinking? So the world system is as we have seen it, set up to keep you knob. Set you to keep you knob, to keep you from thinking. That is why look at this Hitler. Hitler were bold enough to, because he could be able to manipulate people. People begin to they believe what he was saying. Hitler we were saying that what a luck that what a luck that and what a luck for the leaders that people do not think, so that he can manipulate them, he can control them, he can oppress them, Look at Steve Jobs. He also come with, he said, the greatest weapon in the hand of oppressor is that the mind is on the mind of the oppressed. That is why Hitler Tumba, he said that he saved a 70 slave, but the time he could not save them. Why? Because the reason was they did not want to be. They didn't think that, realize that they are slaves. They thought that they are okay. That is what is happening in Nigeria now. You see people in a ruling party will give you, you will compromise your faith and give you money, and you'll be thinking that you are okay. You are a slave. You are a slave. Okay, slave. You are a slave. You are a slave that feel that you are comfortable, but you are still a slave. As far as you have not, you cannot control your somebody. You are taking permission. You are not doing what God wants you to do. You are taking permission from man. Man is controlling. Whatsoever that controls man is his master. So as far as your master, you are a slave to that man. Praise the living God. So then oh my gosh, it's just too much that it's so sad that this thinking they have been less emphasized. We pay less emphasis, less attention to it. So we have said that before, that people, the system have come up with they come up with alcohol. They manufacture alcohol one way or the other just to make you numb, for you not to think. They're telling you to forget your sorrow. So you think you drink alcohol, you say you want to forget your sorrow, but your sorrow is the next generation, and your how many hours that alcohol will spend will tostigate you. Praise the living God. So they tostigate you. They come up with a manufacturer of alcohol to numb you, to tell you to forget your sorrow, and you thinking that this forget your sorrow. But are you not a dreamer now that your sorrow is like a reality? Praise the living. So you are only a victim. That is why I said the world system is not systematic. The system is not systematic for your own favor. You should know it. So that is why God wants you to come and spend time with Him instead of spending time with Papa, Mama, play your religious game in churches. Spend time with your Maker. Spend time. You need to stay. This is a time for you to spend alone with God. You need to build your personal relationship with God so that God can open you up to your real identity. What He wants you to see, the work He wants you to see Him. God listen, people. He said, when I was hungry, you did not feed me. When I was in hospital, you didn't. So you now see that people that you are be killing in hospital as a minister of health, God listen them. People you are giving the bad blood bank, infected blood bank to collect money. Can you imagine? If you want to buy a medication, there because of corruption in the hospital. A lot of jokes is happening in Nigeria because many people are not taking. They are not doing what God said they should become. They are not becoming the true leader God wanted to become. They are not even developing themselves. They are not equipping. They are not acquiring knowledge. They are not adding value to themselves. They are not making that. So that is why we see a lot of troubles in Nigeria. We see a lot of problem in the. We are saying it's government. It's not only government. You individually, we are not taking responsibility for we to become the true leader we are born to be. So the world system, even manufacturers, and said that you have to for you to forget yourself. So you are only victim by taking all those things, alcohol, cigarettes, and all of that, and all those substances. The new latest now in Nigeria, they call it they are what they call it, tramadol and all of that. They come up with all those they manufacture all those rubbish for you not to think. And that is why we see the youth now people now becoming a nightmare to each other instead of being a brother's keeper, because they are taking substance that make them not to think in Nigeria. If you want to need a better Nigeria, I plead with you as a Nigerian citizen. I plead with you. We need a better Nigeria. Please stop any substance that is not making you to think. Stop any religious guidance that is not making you to think. Stop any person that is not making you, that is trying to control your thinking process. That trying to manipulate you for you not to think of your own, for you not to use your willpower. That is what makes you a human. Your willpower God has given to you. God wants you to use it to make good choice for the benefit of your society. Praise the living God. So even through practice and the pleasure of life, good things in your life, such as marriage and children. All these are for you not to think. They shock you up. You can, all those northern side in Nigeria, you see a child with 12 years, 10 years, they will just give you because they need a bride price. You know, they don't want that child to think. So look, that nation can never have a healthy state. A nation with a culture that is not making people. That is why I said that my first that part one, that our culture in Nigeria is not even happy. It's not encouraging us. It's not encouraging the society to think. Children, they will just no. The system is not built to help the students for them not to have a young earlier pregnancy. You know, they had earlier pregnancy, lack of support, so they drop out of school. They now become a nuisance to the society. They now become an additional problem to our nation. Oh my God! May the good Lord bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. May the good Lord bless the good people of Nigeria that are looking beyond. He said, he that is from above is above all. That is looking unto above. That is not looking at on the system to fix this problem. They're looking unto above to replicate what is happening in the heavens for we to fix the problem of Nigeria. May the good Lord bless the kingdom-minded among us. Not religious minded. Because religious just to practice how to get miracle, how to get yourself. Your me. Kingdom-minded, they are above this system of this age. They are above. They are looking at what they are going to copy. We are prototype. God is the original. We are His prototype. He wants us to replicate what is going on in heaven onto this earth, so that this earth can be a better place for people to live. May the good Lord bless you. Subscribe to our channel and put a thumbs up so that we can keep on going. May the good Lord bless you. In Jesus' name, bye.